Marc Spector, also known as Moon Knight, is a mentally unstable vigilante who suffers dissociative identity disorder, which includes displaying multiple yet distinct personalities. He died in the desert but was revived by the Egyptian god Khonshu. He obtained certain capabilities and became the defender of night travelers. And he has many similarities with Batman. He mostly works alone at first, but he has become a member of the West Coast Avengers, the Secret Avengers, the Defenders, and the Heroes for Hire. He even became the Phoenix at one point. Welcome to Vita Comics, and in today's episode, let's learn the history of Moon Knight. Moon Knight was created by Don Perlin and Douglas Moench, and he first appeared in Werewolf by Night comic series in 1975, fighting the werewolf. Because Moon Knight has silver boots, silver spikes in his gloves, and a silver truncheon that can also discharge electric volts, he was able to defeat the werewolf easily. His capabilities include astounding fighting and acrobatic skills. He can resist telepathic attacks, where he can leave any mental attacker in a catatonic state. He is essentially immortal, as Khonshu would always revive him. He is an expert marksman and has mastered many weapons, and like Batman, he has excellent detective skills. He is an Olympic-level athlete, and he has many gadgets in his belt themed with a crescent moon like his crescent darts. He can also speak Sudanese, Arabic, and Egyptian languages. His costume is a lightweight Kevlar armor, which he later upgraded to adamantium, including the truncheon, then upgraded again to carbonadium that allowed him to lift greater weights. His cape is a silver glider, and his helicopter is called the Moon Copter. However, on a different retelling of his origin story in 1985, he has a very Egyptian version of his costume. He has a golden axe symbol on his chest, and his wristbands, belt, and other gadgets such as boomerang, knives, and scarab darts were made of ivory and gold. Before becoming the Moon Knight, Marc Spector was an estranged son of a rabbi in the poor parts of Chicago. His father, as a teenager, mastered the Bible and Talmud and was ordained as a rabbi at the early age of 18 in Czechoslovakia. His father became a brilliant scholar of the Kabbalah Jewish mysticism. When Hitler became a superpower, he escaped the Nazis and went to America. They got a place in Chicago where Marc Spector was born. However, their family was consistently discriminated by the community. His father would never fight back, but Marc disagreed. As a young student, he became fond of Rabbi Yitz Perlman, who was close to the family and treated Marc like his own nephew. In one afternoon, Marc discovered that Rabbi Yitz was actually a former Nazi member named Ernst, who loves to torture and kill Jewish people. Marc escaped, but Ernst transferred to a different synagogue the next day. This trauma with Ernst is believed to be the beginning of Marc's dissociative disorder. Then he was temporarily sent to Putnam Psychiatric Hospital. With his family's consistent experience with hate crime, Marc studied self-defense and learned boxing at a local gym. At the age of 18, he was earning a lot of money from boxing. When his father discovered this, his father confronted him in the middle of the arena, which provoked Marc to hit his own father. The next day, he joined the Marines and spent the next 8 years honing his skills to become a mercenary. In the Marines, he was dishonorably discharged because of his several bizarre behaviors. He then worked for the CIA together with his brother Randall Spector. He later discovered that Randall is a wicked mercenary without any loyalty. Randall attacked him, but Marc almost killed him. Randall escaped and became the Hatchet Man. Meanwhile, his father went on studying religion and mysticism. Marc would then become a soldier for hire working with the mercenary commando squad under Bushman, where he met Frenchie Duchamp. At first, he thought they were fighting rebels, but when he discovered that Bushman was actually a terrorist, he tried to fight him and tried to save Marlene Arlan, who would later become his love interest. He failed against Bushman and was left in the desert to die. He was found by Marlene, then revived by the Egyptian god of the moon named Khonshu. His first act as Moon Knight is to exact his revenge against Bushman. Later, he moved to New York with Marlene, but has now developed other personalities such as Jake Lockley, a smart cabbie who hears everything, and Stephen Grant, a Wall Street millionaire. At first, he fights crime on the streets with the help of his informants, Frenchie Duchamp, now his helicopter pilot, Bertrand Crowley, a homeless guy, and Gina Landers, a diner owner. With his continuous activities, he would soon find himself fighting other supervillains. Moon Knight would later join forces with other Marvel characters to fight bigger villains. First, he became part of the Defenders when they battled a doppelganger of the Zodiac. He teamed up with the Thing when they battled Crossfire, who is actually William Cross, his former colleague in the CIA. He then worked with Spider-Man against the Masked Marauder. He became part of the West Coast Avengers when the Avengers were sent back in ancient Egyptian period. He was sent back to that period as well by Khonshu to rescue the Avengers. He also became romantically involved with Tigra during this time. He also teamed up with the Punisher, Night Thrasher, Spider-Man, Dark Hawk, and Nova to fight a subversive organization called the Secret Empire. He partnered with the Punisher to battle Shadow Knight, who is actually his long-lost brother Randall Spector. Later, he was recruited by the Goddess together with other heroes to remove all evil in the universe, but they were actually being brainwashed by her. He also helped the Black Panther journey into the spirit realm to reconnect with his patron deity named Bast. He is then seen in the Marvel Knight series together with Daredevil, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Dagger, and Luke Cage to capture the Punisher. Once, he stopped Deadpool from completing an assassination. He was then recruited by Captain America to become a member of his Secret Avengers together with Nova, Black Widow, Beast, Valkyrie, and War Machine. Their first mission was to go to Mars, but Beast does not trust him because of his mental instability. Marc Spector would later become a celebrated TV producer for a hit TV show entitled Legends of the Khonshu. At a party, he was approached by Captain America, Spider-Man, and Wolverine to let him know that certain high-profile criminals have moved to Los Angeles and he is needed to stop them all. However, it is revealed that he is not actually talking to these heroes. Rather, he has developed new 3 personalities based on them because of his dissociative identity disorder. He would go on fighting in Los Angeles with these 3 personalities at different times. With old funds obtained from money laundering, Marc went back to New York and created a new personality called Mr. Knight. Then he confronted the illusion of Khonshu and embraced the existence of different personalities and gained control of all of them once and for all. Marc then discovered that he has a kid with Marlene and her name is Beatrice. Later, the Egyptian god Khonshu became mad with visions of the future, took over Manhattan and renamed it New Thebes City and attacked the Avengers. The Phoenix Force went into Moon Knight, and Moon Knight defeated Khonshu. Moon Knight's other notable villains are the following: Morpheus, a patient of Marlene's brother who has the power of Ebon energy; Black Spectre, a veteran who ran for mayor in the city; Midnight Man, a connoisseur art thief of priceless paintings and jewelries who does it simply to own these items; Hunter's Moon, another emissary of Khonshu, the Egyptian god; Zodiac, an anarchist against the government and the Avengers; the Human Fly can produce ultrasonic backlash from his wings; Moonshade, a twin being of Moon Knight created by the Magus; Seth Falcon, an immortal and a member of the Scottish division of the Knights Templar who can absorb the life forces of others. He successfully killed Moon Knight when he launched a virus in Spector Corp, but Moon Knight was revived again by Khonshu. Taskmaster, a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent turned mercenary and assassin who can replicate the physical skills of anyone he observes; Midnight, son of Midnight Man; and Sun King, also known as Patient 86 from Ravencroft Institute for the Mentally Insane, who is the avatar of the sun god Ra. In the world of cartoons, Moon Knight appeared in Ultimate Spider-Man vs. the Sinister Six animated series on the episode The Moon Knight Before Christmas, where he worked with Spider-Man to take down Frances Beck, daughter of Mysterio. He also appeared in Avengers Assemble, where he fought Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Widow in the Pyramid of Egyptia when Iron Man stole the orb that he was guarding. He then reappeared in the 2017 Spider-Man animated series, where he saved Spider-Man during the invasion of the Clintar species. Finally, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, portrayed by Oscar Isaac, Moon Knight's live-action debut is shown in Disney Plus in 2022. It is the 6th TV series connected to the MCU and produced by Marvel Studios. It also stars Ethan Hawke. Here, Marc Spector also suffers dissociative identity disorder, but the personalities he portrays are quite different from the comic books. He experiences blackouts, memory loss, and has different accents.